Hello guys, welcome in the next video of this series. Today we will discuss about HDFS, little about HDFS and broadly about the 5 daemons of HDFS, Hadoop. So here HDFS is the part of Apache Hadoop core project and HDFS stands for Hadoop Distributed File System. It has master-slave architecture. So it is very similar to the other distributed file systems and it also has some significant differences as well. One of them is it is highly fault tolerant. And how it becomes highly fault tolerant? Because it replicates the data and it puts that data into several locations on the different machines. So if one machine goes fail, if there is some problem in one machine, so same data, we will have that copy of that same data on the another machine. It is also it gives you the high throughput access to the large data sets, and it is very suitable and appropriate for the applications which deals the large data sets. And it is designed to run on commodity machines, so it is designed in such a way which can run on the low cost hardware as well. And HDFS is built using the Java language, which is highly portable. So you can say HDFS can be deployed on any machine which supports the Java. So that's how it becomes very significant and very useful. So let's discuss the 5 daemons of Hadoop. What are the daemons? Daemons are the processes which runs in the background. So these are the services and the processes which are running background in the Hadoop, and these essential parts are name node, data node, secondary name node, job tracker and task tracker. Let's discuss one by one. This architecture is also inspired by the master-slave architecture. So here name node is the master or the server node which actually manages the all file system namespace, and it also regulates the tasks which are given by the clients. So we can say there is a single name node in a cluster. Cluster is the group of machines, so there will be only one name node over that cluster, and it executes the file system namespace operations like opening, closing and renaming files and directories. It also stores metadata. What is metadata? Metadata is data about data. That means it stores that where the particular block will reside, and what would be the size, what would be the replication factor. What is replication factor? It is the factor, it is the number determined by the name node, that how many copies of a particular block will be there in the HDFS. And it also determines the mapping of blocks to the data nodes, that which block will reside where in what data node. That will be decided by the name node. Next is data node. This is the second important daemon of Hadoop. Data nodes are responsible for serving read and write requests from the file system's clients. The data node also perform block creation, deletion and replication upon instruction from the name node. So basically data node stores the blocks of the data. So let's discuss first. HDFS is actually responsible unit of Hadoop which stores the large type of data. So here you can say one file of HDFS is of gigabyte to terabytes. So that file can be broken into chunks, and those let's discuss further. Here we can see the HDFS architecture. We have name node which stores the metadata. That means the name of the block, the replication factor, that how many copies of that block will be stored in the data nodes, and the location of that particular block. And below side you can see the data nodes, the n number of data nodes which are storing the file, the physical file or the blocks of that file, and which is actually replicated over n number of machines, and client is reading and writing those chunks and doing the appropriate operations, the required operations on that file. Third daemon of Hadoop is secondary name node. It is the helper node. It is the specially dedicated node, and the main function of this node is to take checkpoints of the file system metadata present on name node. So basically this particular daemon and this particular service which we are calling secondary name node is useful when name node goes fail. If accidentally, because name node is the single point of failure, if it goes down, there means all the system, all the HDFS work will be halted. But there are the provision of secondary name node which stores the copy of fs image file and edit and edit log files, and as soon as the name node becomes healthy and takes the charge from the secondary name node, the secondary name node handles the all and manages all the scenario. This is very essential point that we should keep the edit log as small as possible so that name node will start functioning very soon. It will take, if it will be small, then name node will take those files and fs image files very soon. The next is job tracker and task trackers. These are functional units, you can say. Name node and data nodes are for storage, and job tracker and task tracker are for functioning operations over the data. So let's discuss the job tracker first. So job tracker process runs on a separate node and not usually on data node. Job tracker is an essential daemon, and let's discuss with this part. So here you can see the job tracker takes the job from client, and then job tracker divides that task into different parts and different here job tracker has divided the task into 3 parts, and all 3 task trackers 1, 2 and 3 are performing that particular operation using the map task and reduce task. That we will learn in our upcoming video, what is the map and reduce. So here task trackers are also send the heartbeat signal to the job tracker that they are functioning properly. Okay, and after completing the task, the status update will be given to the job tracker, and job tracker combines the result and gives the output to the client. So this is, I hope this is clear to you. And generally the job tracker is on the same machine where name node resides. So here you can see that we have cluster of nodes at location A and location B. So there is, for this one cluster we have one name node where we have job tracker. So it communicates, job tracker communicates to the name node that where that particular data resides and like at what location my data is available, so that I will do certain operations on that. And further job tracker decides that this particular task should be given to which task tracker, and this particular concept is called data locality. Like if it is on data node 5, job tracker will assign the task, the part of that task to the task tracker which resides on data node 5. So job tracker monitors the individual task tracker and submit back the overall status of the job back to the client. Obviously, clients gives the required operation, a particular assignment to the job tracker, and job tracker combines all the work submitted by the task tracker and gives the result to the client. Job tracker process is critical to the Hadoop cluster in terms of map reduce execution. So that we will discuss further. And if when the job tracker is down, HDFS will still be functional, but the map reduce execution cannot be started and the existing map reduce jobs will be halted. What is task tracker? It runs on data node as we have already seen, and task tracker is replaced by node manager in map reduce version 2. This is not that much essential, but we should be aware of it. Mapper and reducer tasks are executed on data nodes administered by task tracker. Okay, so as we have seen that every task tracker has one map task and one reduce task. Map task is to further divide the task, and reduce task is to combine the tasks. So it is a divide and conquer method sort of thing that we will discuss in further detail in our upcoming videos. Task tracker will be assigned mapper and reducer tasks to execute by job tracker. Fine. So that all we have discussed. And that's it about the 5 demons of Hadoop. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed the learning. And stay tuned and keep learning. God bless you. Thank you.